Hello, I'm Sophia Lou and welcome to my channel.
Hello guys and welcome to a cool palette challenge. Palette challenges are a really good way to test your skills and to test your limitations of colour to produce an illustration. As you guys may have known, about 2 months ago I did the warm palette challenge, and if you haven't checked that out, I do recommend checking it out after this video because these two pieces are linked. I'm going to list the full list of equipment that I've done now. I've used Cassart's mixed media paper, and I've used letraset pro markers. The ink I'm using here is Winsor & Newton ink in blue, and the pen I'm using is a Zig Mangaka flexible cartoonist nib. I also used my white gel pen, which is a Pentel hybrid gel. The colours I've used are bluebell, primrose, amethyst, china blue, cool aqua, mint green, petrol blue, sky blue, grey green, pastel blue, pastel green, cornflower, orchid, powder blue and lavender. If you missed all those, please check out the description down below. It will give the full description on the colours that I've used and what kind of colours I've used there. So in my warm palette challenge I did a half, like she's like a demon-esque girl covered in sunflowers to really give that warm, that really vibrant feel to it. And in order to produce something that would be the opposite, I chose the flowers hyacinth. And with this character I almost wanted to do the opposite of her. She's almost very sad, very longing. And I almost like to think that they are star-crossed lovers, that they are on opposite ends of the spectrum, and their love, one has hope and has longing, and then the other is sad because they see their prospects of maybe this will never come to fruition. It's almost like there's a sadness to this piece, whereas the other piece was very happy and joyful. And that was because this is what I felt with the colours. With the cool palette challenge, it is all about choosing the cool colours on the cool end of the spectrum. So you have your blues, which is quite an obvious one because it can be quite a cold colour. You can get warm blues as well, but a lot of the colours I've chosen on this are very pastel, they're very cold in tone, and a lot of them doesn't have any warmth. There is, with this, the hardest part is actually blending all the colours and making sure that you don't oversaturate in one colour in particular. I did find that I ended up using a lot of blues in this, but this warm palette challenge and this cool palette challenge are possibly my favourite pieces I have done with my palette challenges, just because I really like the detail with all the flowers, and I really do enjoy drawing, especially with this Zig cartoonist pen. The line work actually took forever to do. I think in overall that was the longest part of the piece, but this is because I just wanted the line work to really enhance the piece, especially with like hyacinth flowers. They are just so detailed anyway, and I thought that it would have been perfect to have these flowers around her. It's one of the things I really love doing with the palette challenges. I actually really enjoy limiting my palettes and limiting my equipment, because I feel that sometimes when you're feeling a little bit stuck, trying something out of the norm will really help. And some people will say, well, how is that a challenge? How are you challenging yourself? You're challenging yourself by trying something that you wouldn't normally do. By limiting your colour palette, by limiting your equipment, you're forcing yourself to do something that you won't normally do. For example, I wouldn't normally have her skin blue and purple mixed in with a little bit of almond. I wouldn't normally do that. I would normally go, in order to, if I was doing this, my normal colour tones, I would have chosen a darker skin tone to really pop against all these blues and these purples, just because it would have given the illustration a bit more to pop against. I would say definitely my favourite part of this piece are the flowers. I definitely put a lot more time into those than I did in the rest of the piece. My least favourite part is the sky. It could have done a lot with a lot more work. It could have definitely had a bit more to it to make it oomph, to make it pop. I did, I think, end up spending like nearly 4 or 5 hours on this piece overall. It was a long time that I worked on it, mainly the line work that took forever. And you may notice that this is filmed at a slightly different angle from my previous videos in the last month, is because I actually filmed this video around about a month and a half ago, and if you were at Manchester Expo you would have been able to get prints of this. Speaking of prints are available of this on my store envy, as well as the warm palette challenge. You can buy them both together. They are in A5 or A4. If people would like these on the Redbubble store to get other merch, please let me know. I do a lot of my own printing now, so a lot of the prints are handled by me, which is really nice to be able to say that. So now I've tackled on quite a lot of palette challenges on here, and it's interesting to see how far my colorization has come on. I try to keep this mainly a marker piece, just because I notice I do a lot of mixed media and sometimes my markers do get neglected. So I just wanted to try and build up as much layers with the markers as possible, just so that you have a bit of a challenge with this. If you guys want to try out this challenge yourself, please do. I'd be really interested to see what you guys would produce with this. And if you do, you can tag me on Instagram. If you ever wanted to show off any work that you've done, I actually do have a hashtag on Instagram that I use for my Instagram streams, which are starting again up in September. Which is Stay Creative with Saphira Lou, because I believe that we all should be creative and enjoy our work and always be drawing and enjoying what we do. And in my streams I always set art challenges as well, almost like my 2-minute Tuesdays. So if you wanted to take part in this cool palette challenge, feel free to show me what you've done, or if you've done something similar, show me. I want to see you guys enjoying what you do and love what you do. It is so nice to see other people being creative and enjoying it. So now we've pretty much done most palette challenges. There are a handful that I still have written down that I would like to do, but if you guys let me know on what you would like to see me do in the future, leave a comment down below. I'm always doing art challenges every single 4 weeks, so if you guys suggest them down below, I'll write them down in the book and I'll see what I want to do next month. I do hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'm really enjoying the contrast between these two pieces, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Maybe like, comment, subscribe, and as always folks, stay creative.